Hi,
All
everyone.
right. Hello, everyone. I'm Amy J here with Kitty Boss, and hello, Intuition of the Soul Tribe. We are going to get right to our vibe of the week, but before then, we have a couple special announcements that we're going to make. So, Kitty, what are those special announcements we want to tell them about?
Um, let's start with Tuesday. Why don't you give them the details because you're clear on them.
Okay, perfect. All right. So, because our 1 year anniversary is coming up, we wanted to do some special things this week.
Mhm.
So Tuesday night, we usually have spirit communication practice. So this time we're going to have it we're going to do it a little differently. We're going to go live and I'm going to invite, and so don't freak out if I haven't invited you yet, because I just came up with this idea, but I'm going to invite some of our regulars to come on and we're going to have like a little panel. And then when we go live, we're going to ask people to just come join us and, ask a question of the panel. Now, you won't be able to ask a specific person because we want to be able to make sure that everybody gets a chance to talk. And the answers are going to be really brief. So it's not going to be like a full reading. It's just going to be, we'll give you some of our initial thoughts and insights on it. Okay. But we're going to do that live Tuesday night instead of the practice. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really exciting. And I'm going to invite some of our regulars to be the panel.
And Thursday is our 1 year anniversary, day before the full moon, and the day that actually the sun goes into Leo. And we're going to be jumping on and going to have a little bit of fun, do a couple things. We're going to review what we're doing. We're going to kind of plan to re-highlight a lot of our guest speakers of the year over the next few days from that, and going to apologize for the ones early on that we just didn't get taped. It was a part of our learning curve. And we're also going to do a couple other little things to try to highlight, where we are a year later in Intuition of the Soul, and talk about what our future plans are. And then we're going to invite you to come on and talk to us.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We usually have something Tuesday and Thursday. So will have things going on that day. So make sure you come to that. And then, like Kitty said, then we'll have a special thing going for our 1 year anniversary. We can talk about where we've been, highlight some of those things. Again, like Kitty said, sorry to anybody that maybe didn't get recorded or are unable to find it this time. But if we have your recording, we're going to share it for others to watch. And we'll also put your contact information there again for some of the new people that maybe want to see that. And I'm apologizing right now because my husband's decided that it's time to be right outside my window and working on the ground something. So I may have to move.
And I've got a talking dog, so what else?
Okay, so anyway, I'll just talk loudly. So, are we ready, Kitty? Should we get on to the vibe of the week?
Sure. Why don't you start today?
Okay, perfect. All right, so here's what I'm getting. This is what I got for the collective today. And it's very much a message for me too, but like I've said in the past, the message comes for me. It also comes for the collective as well. So this week is about duality. It's about the light and the dark. It's about the masculine and the feminine. It's about the yin, the yang. Whatever opposites there are happening, you're going to notice some of that. The up, the down. You're going to notice some of that. And so it's also about choice. So if you are in the down, do you want to stay there, or how can you raise your vibration? If you're noticing something that you're not comfortable with, I always say if it doesn't pass the smell test, and I get psychic smell, so that really works for me if it doesn't pass that smell test. But it's about, do you want to stay there, or what do you need to do? The other thing that I think is really big that I got with this message is that you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see a lot of that duality, but also that we all have that within ourselves. We all have the light and the dark. We all have the masculine and the feminine. We all have, the ups, the downs, the higher vibration, the lower vibration. We all have that within us. It's not just I'm all light and they're all dark. That's just not happen. We have that within us. Now, it becomes about choice. Where do you want to stay? If you're feeling the dark and you don't want to stay there, then you move over, raise that vibration. What do you need to do for yourself? If you are having a crabby, angry day and you don't want to stay there, move that vibration because it becomes about choice. So I guess I really felt like the message was about awareness of yourself and choice. The overall message being balance. Okay. So if we have light and dark in us, how do we balance that? Okay. And it can get out of balance. We're human. We can be really nice or we can be really not so nice. But it becomes about balance and how do you want to balance those things out? Okay, I hope you can hear me because all I can hear right now is the tractor.
Now
So,
we can't even hear the tractor, so just so you know that.
oh my gosh, you're so lucky. Anyway, so I got some cards pulled. I'm gonna read them. Metatron, I asked for a few cards from him, one of my main guides, and I got the chakra light body. Okay, well, if this isn't about balance, I don't know what is. If your chakras are out of balance, you're going to feel out of balance. So now I don't have to talk so loud. He's moving away. But this might be a good place to kind of feel into that. Are you out of balance somewhere in your body, with your chakras, with your emotions, with something physical going on? Because this is very much about the body. So balance the body. If you have been eating, a lot of junk food, maybe you think about going the other way and start eating more healthy. Or if you're one of those really strict, God bless you people that eat healthy all the time, maybe sneak in a Sunday. I mean, it's about balance. And this really, really feels like it's about balance of the body. And then the dragon strength fire. I always think of Kitty when I got this card. And this is it. Here's some fire for you this week. So I feel like that if we're talking about balance and the yin and yang and the light and the dark, this is the strength that's going to come to you to go in and kind of, discover about without fear. Some of us don't like to look at that dark side of ourselves because we're fearful. But you know what? Call on the dragon strength. It's without judgment and without fear. You need to look at some of those things, but without judgment, without fear. And the bottom card was clarity, go within. Clarity, go within. So this is what is going to be asked of you when you need to balance. You go within and you get that clarity of what is out of balance, what is off. How do I tip that scale so it's a little more balanced instead of way like this or way like this? So definitely that feels like the message. And then for the light workers, I just got this message too. It's keepers of the earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. This is an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful card. And it says you are not alone. That's what really struck out to me. Was there you are. You're trying to find your balance. You're trying to make sense of what's going on. If you're having one of those out of balance experiences, not out of body, but out of balance kind of thing, you're not alone. You've got all these guides and all these people that can help you go within and find that clarity to bring yourself back into that balance. Because there's going to be a lot of light and dark, up and down, yin and yang, masculine, feminine, and this is what I love. Dance with life. Dance with life. Is that not beautiful? Do something to change your energy. Absolutely the message. You don't have to stay there. If you have something that goes on that puts you in a bad way, you don't have to stay there. It's a choice. dance with life, and do something to change your energy. Wow. Beautiful cards, beautiful message. That's what I got, and I'm going to hand it off to Kitty now to see what the stars are telling us about this
Well,
week.
it's kind of funny because last week I said the word that kept coming to me was really. And actually, that's kind of what happened last week. I had a chance to listen to a shout out to Joanne, Angel Berry Cone. She was talking about about the vibration of Neptune, and Neptune, I'm also going to add Jupiter in there, are having these private conversations internally, the expander and of course spirit. And last week it was a week of really felt something in my ear, really felt something touch my face, heard my name, funny smells came to me, and it seemed everywhere we went people were talking about, really, what is going on, what is going on? And that was kind of the vibration of last week. All of these senses were heightened, all of these things were going on. I had an opportunity to attend a Lenormand training. That was kind of fun. And it was really a good kind of instinctual to look at the very senses. And then today is what came to me is it's a recuperation, a recouping. In other words, recoup who you are, recuperation of you have entered from this last week a new gateway. We know we have the 8-8 portal coming up, and you are standing in this new doorway. And now you're trying to figure out, where am I going? Going back out? And that's part of what Amy's talking about. And there's going to be in the collective a lot of kind of grumpiness happening. And you have an opportunity now to kind of sit back and look at the gate and use those senses to figure out, which way am I going? I know I've crossed some kind of gateway, some kind of opening, but what does it mean? So today we're just learning how to travel this new path. We have some stubbornness going on, looking at our protection. We're kind of headstrong. There are peculiarities. We don't quite know what this means, but we're going to take that walk of faith this week, and tapping in, and you're kind of holding at the doorway looking, which way am I going? Looking at tomorrow, the 19th, there's an impressive spirit. You've got you're working your dreams. There's a lot of fertility ready to go. It's a day where you're going to activate that moon, which is sitting in Scorpio, along activating it with the Pluto energy in Capricorn. And you're feeling a little itchy. Domestic issues are so it's a good day to kind of look at, what is my spiritual practice? Where am I going? Kind of reaffirm to yourself what you're going to be doing. That Venus and Mars are sitting there in that balance, but Venus itself is going to move on this week into Libra on Thursday, I think it is. Double checking, is moving on to Thursday. When Venus is in Libra, there's a calm, a compassion. You're looking for those higher points of spirituality. So you're getting ready for Mars. They've been sitting together in a balance, and for Venus to want that higher meaning, that higher work. On the 20th itself, there's a creative mothering energy. Technologies this week are being activated in that doorway. These new technologies, these new structures that Capricorn is helping us bring, all of this internal, there's a lot of conversations happening internally because of all the retrogrades. Actually, Chiron moved in Aries into retrograde also. And so some of the old wounds, that's what Amy's talking about, are coming up. And now we have this way to recuperate from them and to move on in a much more powerful and passionate way. It's a big week of passion.
The fire, the dragon.
Well, on the 22nd, which is our 1-year anniversary, we move into Leo. And Sun enters Leo. Venus is opposing that Saturn. And so, is opposing that Jupiter on that day. And so you've got this Virgo Venus who wants to take all of these pieces and put them together. And this other one wants to expand. Venus wants to sweep some of it out of the way. Just be careful you don't sweep the parts you want. You ever been cleaning out something and all of a sudden you realize you threw away something you wanted? On the 22nd, use that discernment of, wait a minute, what am I getting rid of? What am I not? Kind of slowing your roll down a little bit because you're going your own way. There is, if you can think of Leo is the fireflies of the bug world.
Oh,
You are attracted to them. You want to watch them. That is the Leo energy. And it's in its highest form is always about humanitarian. As a matter of fact, you want to insult a Leo, accuse them of not being a humanitarian, though sometimes they're into Leo can be into its own hype. So again, this whole week, look at what is it I want? What are my spiritual practices that keep me recoup who I am? This is a week to call back those pieces of that really authentic self. Because on the 23rd, we have a full moon. Now, the full moon is in Aquarius, but most of the day, the moon spends its time in structure and Capricorn. And then just before the moon is full, it moves into that Aquarian moon. And of course, Aquarian moons is a mutable kind of energy. It's about the enjoyment, the fun, the crazy, the quirky. That's what an Aquarian moon is all about. Finding peace in the chaos, and you had a chance to get structured for it. There are spiritual gifts available, but they can seem a little fuzzy. This whole week, one of the things I found when I was getting all of these things that are like, really, what's that? Is I found myself saying, I may not understand this right now, but I accept that I'm getting some kind of learning. And eventually, as I move up my timelines, that information will come to me, and just stopping in that moment to become aware of that. And that's another practice, because all kinds of things have been happening this week. So it's a recoup, as in I get things back, recuperation, which means let me rest a little bit and be aware of the rest of the world may go a little weird.
Haywire.
Yeah, this week. But there are all kinds of those gifts available if you can just look at where the balance is in this moment. Look at the fact we're getting ready to Leo. We're saying goodbye to the wonderful Cancer energy that's mothering and nurturing, and we're getting ready. We're in this doorway. Now, where am I going? So that would
Nice.
be the stars for this week.
All right. So I pulled some final cards for us, and then we'll give you any final messages. Love this one. Be yourself this week.
You're
Right.
called
And
to
Kitty
be it.
mentioned authentic self. Be there. Embrace that, and embrace, and again, your authentic self is every piece of you.
Mhm.
Good, bad, light, dark, it's every
Unconditional
piece
is
of
unconditional.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. It's a good way of saying it. And never judge another's on the bottom. So this includes yourself. You are in this, okay? Never judge another or yourself right now. So the judgment is really, really, that was part of the feeling that I got too with the whole message of, the light and dark, the masculine, feminine. It's like, don't judge someone else for that when all of it resides in you as well. So never judge another or yourself. And Kitty, you want to add to that?
Yeah, one of the things, Amy knows this, and I've talked about it in some of our groups. I'm so excited about the women. We have a lot of people I'm very excited about coming, but one of them is a woman who's going to come because in this spiritual soul tribe we need to learn about our judgments, because that clouds our abilities. And this is a good week to practice when you find yourself saying, well, they're not being this, or wait a minute, as soon as I'm pointing at somebody else, there's that old Al-Anon thing. I have 3 fingers pointing back at me. And if it triggers
Now everybody's going to try that. Trust me. Whenever somebody says that, you all try it. Yep, that's true.
And if it triggers something in me, using that ability to step back and use a practice to get the perception, I don't know what's in someone else's heart. I may think I do. And as I learned from Intuition Circle, perceptions are never wrong. Interpretations are. And so when I pick up a perception, it could be negative. It could be negative because for me, learning to ask, what is the action I need to take? Do I need to step away? It's not about them now. It's about me. So this week, learning to accept all of those pieces and, step back. And when you find yourself saying, well, they are doing, are they? Or is it you? So as we work with each other, we have each other's foibles. We have all of those things, but that's because we're all walking each other home. We picked this human existence, this to deal with. we pick to be in these doorways because there's something we wanted to learn or change or heal. So
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so don't forget, watch occasionally, watch any notifications. Be prepared for Tuesday and Thursday for some fun, and then Saturday, I think is what Kitty said. But anyways, all this week, we're gonna have stuff going on to celebrate our 1 year anniversary that
and,
wouldn't be happening if you weren't a part of it. So thank you
and
very
I'm
much.
on my way back to Florida, so it'll be from the road. The Sagittarius rising is doing what she does, rising
Road
and
trip.
on the road back to Florida. So
That's
thank you,
okay. We'll forgive
thank
you.
you very much, everyone. Namaste.
Bye.
Bye.
Aloha. Oi.